Capricorn, we're getting ready to do your reading for this time period. This will be your full moon reading. Our full moon is Friday. It is in Taurus. And we also have a lunar eclipse. Whoa, that one just came flipping out. Aspiration. This is a Wisdom Keepers oracle, you guys. Each of these Wisdom Keepers has a story. And their story is kind of their strength and has been like something also like came from like trials or tribulations or like what we consider obstacles in their life, but it's also made them strong. So each of these Wisdom Keepers has a story. This one's is about aspiration. It's number 54. And I have been reading these stories. Oh, might have to get a drink. The gift is aspiration. The shadow is greed. The city is ascension. I'm going to get a drink. It says, I grew up in the ashram of a charismatic guru. Following in the footsteps of my materially unambitious parents, I became a devotee at a young age. I was adept at meditation and prayer and knew the sweet sense of peace. Our guru preached generosity and rejected all possessions. He was known for performing miracles and for his great humility. Once I got lost in the ashram and accidentally passed by one of his private chambers. The door was ajar, so I could peek in. I was shocked to see mountains of material riches and pictures of him socializing with some of the wealthiest, most corrupt people in the world. Before anyone saw me, I ran straight to my parents to tell them what I saw. They didn't believe me. Even if it were true, they were sure he had a holy reason. For the next few years, my parents continued to offer their salaries and material goods to the ashram, and he continued to receive their gifts with his hidden greed. Finally, I dared to confront him. He accused me of lying and sinning. My parents were too scared and confused to stand by my side. So I ran away from the ashram and everything that guru represented. All I wanted was self-realization. I rejected all material goods and lived a completely ascetic life. For years I lived under a tree, then wandered for long periods in total silence. People began to see me as a saint. Though I resisted the projections for as long as I could, my yearning to serve grew too big to ignore. I began to teach about love, forgiveness, service, charity, contentment, inner peace, devotion, and respect for all people, no matter their caste or religion. I advised my followers to lead ordinary family lives and not to give their resources to me. But then there was a devastating earthquake in our country. Thousands were left homeless. I realized that with one request, I could raise enough money to save all those people. In that moment, I understood how profoundly my fear of greed had diminished my capacity to serve. To heal the wounds of my past, I had to learn to trust myself and to understand at the deepest level that my hands were nothing but the hands of the world. Now I have a foundation where resources are constantly gathered and redistributed. Food, money, and love flow freely through my life, home, and community. I hold on to very little, but I no longer need to push anything away. I really like that. It says, greed is an energy that will compromise its own integrity in a flash to get what it wants. And this is its downfall. Oh, so, you may have a lot of, there's a couple different messages I'm getting with this. It's, not having that mindset, like I can't accept anything because, that would be greedy, or maybe a preconceived idea of what greed is. There is something here about, like, could be material wealth. Maybe you have a lot of material wealth and you need to redistribute it. Or maybe, you just haven't accepted, or you don't ask for raises, or you don't ask for more if you deserve more, or you feel like you could do more with and this could be money, time, energy, you guys. It's just really about, we all have gifts, and in exchange for our gifts, there is especially in society, we get paid to work, we get paid to earn money. And there's nothing wrong with asking for your value, or if you know what you are, reaping, you can reward others with, or not just even reward, just help others with. And in a way, it's kind of rewarding to yourself to help others with the extra resources you have. We're all given like something special in this life, and some people are blessed with more immaterial wealth, etc. But I feel like, you know, the way it is, this wisdom keeper says, the way it's redistributed. So even energy, if you have a lot of time, a lot of energy, or even resources, the way you redistribute that energy or that money or that whatever it is matters. And that's where the line between greed and just helping where you can and just working with what you have to help the bigger picture, help more people. There's a line. If you reject all help yourself, you have nothing to help others with. And especially if you're helping others and that requires more than what you have to give. Sometimes I'm feeling that collaboration, like working together to make something bigger happen, you know, and kind of needing to kind of maybe not put, this is a hard energy for me because I kind of feel like that too. It's like, it's taken a long time for me, even in my own life, to come forward and say, hey, I deserve a raise, or, you know, without feeling greedy or feeling like I'm asking for too much. You know, I feel like sometimes you got to ask for that extra help so that you can help others, like your family, so you can pay extra bills, so you can contribute more to the community or the household. And then sometimes we just ask for our own, or maybe we don't even ask for it. Maybe it's just given to us because people appreciate what we do or whatever, and they give us extra, you know, and it's like, it's about redistributing that extra that you do have and knowing that you have it. And if you don't feel like you have it, then maybe you haven't accepted, like, I would say, I'm feeling that Six of Pentacles energy, like that fair, equal give and take, you know, like, hey, you know, I'm putting this here, and then, yes, I will accept this back because this is helping everybody involved. So let's get more into this because I am curious about this message, Capricorn. We're going to get a Sacred Destiny card, and it's thriving. So you may be really, really coming into, during this full moon, some really abundant energy. I am feeling like an abundance, and not to feel bad about it, but something's growing here, whether this is your material or something here. It doesn't have to be material, but I am feeling like that earthly, like it could be income, it could be financial. Something's growing, something's abundant here, where there's enough for everybody to go around. It doesn't mean you have to like give your stuff away freely, guys, and just whatever. It's not like that. Courage. It may have taken you a lot of strength and courage to get where you're at too today. Whatever this is, if this is energy or time or, you know, emotional support, whatever it is, it's something that I feel like during this time period, and maybe being courageous will help you during this time period to thrive. Whether this is being courageous and asking for a raise, I was feeling like that energy of going forward and saying, you know, I contribute all this to the community or to the job or to the home. You know, maybe, I don't even want to say like asking for more, but just knowing that what you contribute, maybe you are contributing something that takes a lot of courage. It could be, you know, this, I'm getting like a lot with this. It could be, I'm getting a lot of jobs, a lot of ideas on like jobs, and like even at home, like you may have even kind of left something that took a lot of courage to leave, and now there's a thriving. Or maybe even contemplating this. Be bold and make the first move. Yeah, I am feeling like maybe you need to ask for more, like maybe you are afraid of asking for something, or asking for more of something, more money, more energy, more time, more emotional support, whatever it is, because you're afraid you'd be sounding greedy, or you'd be coming across as like greedy or wanting too much. And it's saying it's going to take a lot of courage. There's a thriving energy here, a growing energy, abundance. Be bold and make the first move. Maybe you want to help somebody, and you have to kind of ask for help to help somebody. I don't know if that makes a personal issue reaches resolution. Personal issue reaches resolution. It's under courage. It could be something very personal, why you don't maybe step up to maybe you need to ask for some support or something, and you need to make that first move and move towards where there's abundance and where somebody is thriving, and say, maybe you're a part of that. And it's going to take a lot of courage to say, this really bothers me. I'm a part of this, and I feel like, I'm feeling like a fairness that could maybe be being worked through during this full moon for you, Capricorn. Some kind of fairness, or maybe this is a weird example, but if somebody like invents something or something, and they know they got their ideas from like somebody else or something, and then they use it to better themselves, and then they don't help or even acknowledge or share maybe you have something to share here or something to ask for, and it's just making you feel like there's somebody coming towards you that might be needing some help or some support. I mean, it takes a lot of courage. This could be you or somebody else or something else around you, but a personal issue reaches resolution during this time. So this could be a personal issue with like maybe standing up for yourself or asking for what you need in order to better a bigger situation, like a family or a partnership or a job or something. I am feeling like that contribution out of that story. I'm feeling that with these cards. And standing up for what's right, even if part of you is like, no, that's selfish, or that's greedy, or there's something here. And then the Nine of Wands, moving forward on something, and it's been hard. Something's been really hard here. I feel like it physically, like this could even be like, maybe you need help, like maybe there's a health issue or something, and I'm not trying to say, or something you might need help with, because you're just like, it's just been a long road, and thriving means growing, abundant. Maybe you're really trying to reach a goal here, and it's a personal goal, like a personal goal of. And then we got the High Priestess. Okay, so right away I'm feeling like this is something you don't talk about, or you haven't talked about with anybody really. It's just you, yourself, and you that know what this goal is. But it's kind of it's an inner. I like to think it's like that High Priestess energy is that secret energy. It's like I don't need to tell people what I'm fighting for, what I'm going for, what I'm. But I do need to ask for something, or I do need to make something happen here, so that this personal thing can be taken care of. I mean, I feel, or this could be you helping somebody, or some situation or something where it's like you're thriving and maybe keeping, there's something I feel like you haven't even really talked about with anybody with this High Priestess here. It's like kind of like this, okay, like this wisdom keeper went and told the parents about what she saw, but they didn't believe her and they didn't know what to do and they were confused. I feel like you maybe didn't do that, but maybe you need to like stand up and say something, or say something wasn't fair, or say something needs to be like, there's something, courage is thriving in you, courage is growing, something, and this goes deep. This is where it's coming. This is where it's coming in here. This courage, it's it's from going through so much and kind of, I don't want to say keeping your head down, but you keep going, you know, you keep going through this, and you keep going through this kind of like with this knowing that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but then like there's this, like almost like not wanting to stir the pot, but like there's something here you want to talk about, and there's like this courage growing, and there could be something you need to ask for, something you need to just you know, settle. I feel like a settling, and I don't mean like settling for, I mean a settling with, like a settling agreement, or a settling an issue, settling something that you maybe haven't really talked about. And then the Five of Pentacles, you know, this could be where I'm getting like an energy, like maybe you could have got left out of something that you maybe rightfully, fairly belong to, or should be a part of, or, and maybe something kind of, maybe somebody who was greedy, or this could be you, Capricorn, could go either way, but left somebody out of something that they should have been a part of, and they just keep moving forward. But there's also like, I feel like this courage is like really important. Like it's going to take a lot of courage to come in and go, hey, like there's something here, like, hey, I deserve more, or, hey, like standing up for yourself is kind of what I'm feeling. And then we got the Guide, which is the Hierophant energy. This is listening to your guidance. We got the Guide and the High Priestess, which is your earthly, like kind of spiritual energy, or like your what you value in tradition, whatever. But there's also like something maybe you've been learning about a situation where either somebody was just helping themselves or not helping. I mean, there is a helping energy here to get through something that's been really tough. And I feel like it's been really spiritual and like perspective. The Hangman. Maybe it's taken you a lot of courage to see this in a situation, or see this, or somebody else to see this in the situation where there's somebody being, maybe you want to step up and help somebody, or they want to step up and help you, but it says be bold and make the first move. Maybe you need to ask for help, or you want to offer somebody help or something, getting out of a situation, or you yourself want to get out of a situation and need to be in, like, maybe you've just kind of quietly been moving along really like, oh man, I'm going to keep going, but got this perspective, which is like Hangman energy. So it's putting yourself in a really uncomfortable position, like going through something really grueling, and maybe even not even talking about it and not sharing it with others, just to kind of try to see things differently, try to understand something. You know, trying to, and with this story too, where she was like, yeah, I had to, you know, I understood then that why, you know, it never really got into, you know, did the church or whatever help the people? Like if they needed help, were they there to help, you know, or are they just like keeping it all for themselves when they could help? I don't know. There is a helping energy here. And it's like somebody needs to see, like, I feel like you have put yourself through a lot of like, maybe stuff you didn't have to because you're doing good. Like, I feel like you're doing good. Maybe it's like you could go to wherever you want to go, do whatever you want to do, but you're kind of staying in a place to kind of help somebody out or something. And maybe it's kind of making you feel like, it could be making you feel like selfish or greedy or something, but I also, this could be other way around. I'm feeling this two ways, guys. So somebody's, you know, pretty uncomfortable right now with kind of what they're seeing and what they're experiencing, and really trying to, during this time period, during this full moon, could be really trying to come up with the courage to kind of either stand up for themselves or somebody else, do something that, and this could be in a family situation, okay? There's something, maybe somebody in the family, you know, has been left out of something, whether this is something financial or some kind of, even plans or something, but I feel like it's kind of bigger, like, and there's just like, and maybe it really bothers you, or there's something here that kind of bothers you about this, and this is kind of a rough reading, Capricorn, I'm not, it doesn't feel like, it feels like a sensitive issue. It feels like a sensitive topic. When I go back to before I laid your guys' cards, I realized how light in order to get the tone that I was getting aligned with your energy, I had to have a light touch. So I think this could be a sensitive subject, whatever this is, and maybe that's why there isn't a lot of talking about it, or a lot of, but it's going to take a lot of courage, and it is something a little personal. I feel like it's a sensitive subject, or a sensitive thing, but there's somebody, you know, wanting to step up, kind of, in, like, I want to say do the right thing with what they have, and I feel like, you know, that could be you, Capricorn. It could be somebody around you, but depending on where you resonate on this, I'm kind of confused about the energy, but not really, because I mean, I get what, you know, using your resources and what you have to help others is different than having, you know, even if having stored them away or held on to it for a while, as long as you, I'm almost feeling like, I'm even feeling like sometimes people put themselves in uncomfortable positions just to learn the lesson, just to, you know, sometimes people get rid of like everything they have just to feel like something new with nothing around them, and see what kind of things can busy their mind with nothing there to busy it. You know, like people purposely go camping, you know, to go away from electricity, go away from civilization, to put themselves in a position of less, I don't want to say entitlement or anything, but to where you feel like, I gotta, you know, I kind of gotta hack it. I gotta, maybe you've been doing this to yourself, or maybe you're like part of this with somebody else and you need to tell them, or they need to tell you, like maybe you're struggling and you don't need to be, or somebody else is struggling and they don't need to be, and maybe they just haven't, or you haven't realized that there's a need to step up and help somebody right now. That's what I'm feeling. Like somebody needs like some kind of help that either you have, or you need help that somebody else has, and it's going to take, there's like a building courage to like maybe ask for it or stand up for what, like kind of what's right or something like that, Capricorn. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's the reading I got for you guys. So I hope through this full moon, if there is somebody like being left out of a situation that they deserve to be a part of, or somebody struggling, when there's help available, that they get it. I don't know what this is about, but it feels like an important message. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Somebody's hanging on to some kind of resources or something. That's what it feels like. It feels very earthy, like earthly energy. It does feel very, with that card coming out, it was pretty materialistic, but then it was about like, yeah, it's a lot of materialism in this world, but what we use that materialism to do and to serve matters, or if we just hang on to it, or not even let people know like how well off we really are, even. Like, I don't know, there's like a there's a really interesting energy I'm getting, and it's I'm you know, I've worked very hard to get in touch with like all the earthly energies instead of just the emotional stuff. It's taken me a long time, so I still have trouble, and that's why a lot of my readings are just like inner emotional work and energetic work. It's not really like earthly stuff, but this feels very earthly, and it's something I kind of struggle with, kind of understanding all the time. Like I understand it more and more as I grow, but I also there's something here. I don't know. Let's look on the bottom. What do you need to release? There is something here that needs released, and it's probably going to take some courage to release it. This could be a home. This could be money, protection. You're protected. And whoever... Maybe you're afraid to release something, and it could be like a home or money or something. It could be something materialistic because you're afraid you're going to be like, not have anything, but you're going to thrive. Like it's actually going to help. And then freedom. Maybe you're trying, maybe you've been working on releasing yourself from a situation, but you've maybe stuck around somewhere to help somebody else out, and you need to just say, you know, I'm fine. And then, you know, say, hey, you know, here, you've helped do this. I've helped do this. Like, I don't know. I'm almost feeling like that. You've done this. I've done this. You're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And it's taken me, because I feel like right away with that card, there was like that lack mentality. Like, oh, I've like kind of hoarded a lot of stuff or held on to a lot of stuff because I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough. And it's not just have enough for me. I'm not going to have enough to help people when I do want to help people. It's interesting. I'm getting that really earthly energy with that Four of Pentacles too. So Capricorn, that is your reading. I hope it helps somebody. I always appreciate your likes, your subscribes. And you know, if you have it, and anything, energy, emotion, conversation, money, whatever it is, you can share with whoever. Do. And if you need some help yourself, have the courage to ask for it. Have the courage to say, I do need help, you know. And it's not just courage. It's like, that's also like, you know, sometimes, and if you have like withheld something from somebody or something, say, I'm sorry, you know, comes from a place of feeling a lack at some point in my life, or sometime, or sometime when I, you know, just, there's just an interesting energy here about, and it could just be you're thinking a lot about like what you're going to do materialistically, or what somebody else is going to do, or something like that. You guys, there's something, that's the message I'm getting for you guys today. I hope you guys have a good full moon and a good rest of your month. Thanks for coming and watching a reading, and we'll talk to you later.